Some old rounder came along, took my sugar baby and gone. And I ain't got no sugar baby now. No, I ain't got no sugar baby now. I gave her every cent I made, then I laid her in the shade. And I ain't got no sugar baby now. No, I ain't got no sugar baby now. I've done all that I can do to make peace with you. I'll send you to your mama next payday. Yes, I'll send you to your mama next payday. No, I'll send you to your mama next payday. And it's who will call you honey, and it's who will sing this song. Yes, it's who will rock the cradle when I'm gone. No, it's who will rock the cradle when I'm gone. And I ain't got no use for your red rocking chair. And I ain't got no sugar baby now. No, I ain't got no sugar baby now. Oh, I ain't got no sugar baby now. No, I ain't got no sugar baby now.
Them checks say we hip and ting. True them no know and ting. We have them going and ting. Now pop no style, all strictly roots. Now pop no style, all strictly roots. See me on the road and you not call out to me. Do you see me in my pants and ting? See me in my altar back. Say me give you a heart attack. Give me little bass, make me wind up my waist. Uptown top ranking. See me in my Benz and ting. Dolly true Constant Spring. Them checks say we come from Cosmo Spring, but the true them no know and ting. Them no know say we top ranking. Uptown top ranking. Should I see me and the ranking dread? Check out we jamming and ting. Love is all I bring. In a my khaki suit and ting. Nah pop no style, I strictly roots. Nah pop no style, I strictly roots. Watch how we chuck it and ting. In our khaki suit and ting. Love is all I bring. In a my khaki suit and ting. Nah pop no style, I strictly roots. loving how your heart, this a boil up for me. So you see me in my pants and ting. See me in my altar back. Say me give you heart attack. Give me little bass, make me wine out my waist. Uptown top ranking. See me from the road and you not call out to me. Do you see me in my pants and ting? See me in my altar back. Say me give you heart attack. Give me little bass, make me wine out my waist. Give me little bass, make me wine out my waist. Love is all I bring. In my khaki suit and ting. Now pop no style. I strictly roots. Now pop no style. See me in my heels and ting. Them checks say we hip and ting. True them no know and ting. We have them going and ting. Now pop no style. All strictly roots. Now pop no style. All strictly roots. See me on the road and you not call out to me. Do you see me in my pants and ting? See me in my altar back. Say me give you heart attack. Give me little bass, make me wine out my waist. Uptown top ranking. See me in my Benz and ting. Dolly true constant spring. Them checks say we come from Cosmo Spring. But the true them no know and ting. Them no know say we top ranking. Uptown top ranking. Should I see me and the ranking dread? Check out we jamming and ting. Love is all I bring. In a my khaki suit and ting. Now pop no style. I strictly roots. Now pop no style. I strictly roots. Watch out we chuck it and ting. In our khaki suit and ting. Love is all I bring. In a my khaki suit and ting. Now pop no style. I strictly roots. Now pop no style. I strictly roots. The loving of your heart, this a boil up for me. Do you see me in my pants and ting? See me in my altar back. Say me give you heart attack. Give me little bass, make me wine out my waist. Uptown top ranking. See me from the road and you not call out to me. Do you see me in my pants and ting? See me in my altar back. Say me give you heart attack.
Of all the museums in the universe, MPA has the largest collection of mirror spheres. These shiny objects are not only pleasant to look at, moreover, they opened a door for us to take a glimpse at one of the most important community activities in the plastic age, clubbing. What was clubbing? What role did the mirror spheres play? For members of many societies in the plastic age, going through clubbing was mandatory for them to be integrated into the grown-up world. When they reached a certain age, government permits would be issued to them to go into clubs. Clubs were large facilities with dark interiors and poor air circulation in which extremely loud music was played continuously, so no one could exchange logical information. A program of lighting effects, reflected by the rotating mirror spheres, would fill up the space, aiming to paralyze people's visions. Oddly enough, this seemingly painful experience would eventually bring the utmost joy to the youngsters and give them a sense of belonging within the society. In one of the entries in the famous The Torn Diary of East London, a young man describes his clubbing experience. "We are succumbing to the music, to the lights, to dancing, unable to stop, not wanting to stop, unable to even conceive of stopping. Here we are unified in this moment of extraordinary euphoria and happiness." Young people were encouraged to practice clubbing up until a certain age to form a sense of self and group identification, as well as to use up their excessive energy, so later they could better conform to the rules of their societies as responsible adults.
This is one plan. The other plan is those who say, no, Russians are our enemy, and we are strictly against any contact, and we don't give a damn about their interests, and then we reject any possibility of cooperation, even when it is in our own interest, let's say in a field of combating terror. So, which one would be more empathetic? For us, the one who is saying that, yes, we disagree in lots of things, but we're
The statue with movable wings is best known for its fine details and craftsmanship. It is also the most beautiful and mysterious artifact at MPA. The statue is of a young, beautiful female. She wears elegant blue and green outfit. On her back is a pair of purple-colored wings that can be controlled by pressing the button below. People back in the plastic age had a habit of making replicas of themselves. Could this be a 3D replica of a young girl, maybe as a gift to someone she loves?
Because of limited documentation of the plastic age on the cloud, we couldn't leave out any possibility. However, by comparing the statue to the paper photographs we've found of women back in the 21st century, I don't think this is an accurate representation of a real woman.
Looking closely, researchers discovered more about the statue. She not only has bird's wings, which do not appear on normal women in the 21st century, but she also possesses characteristics of other creatures. On her legs, there is a texture that resembles fish scales. On her dress, a pattern that looks like tree leaves is found. We still do not know who she is. There have been many theories. She could be a celebrity who enjoyed wearing animal outfits. She could be a genetically modified human being, a precedent to the New Gen project in the 2070s. The most popular theory is that of the goddess of hope. The three borrowed characteristics, fish scales, tree leaves and bird wings, are seen as the symbols for freedom, liberty and peace. Her body is always leaning forward, her chin up. She is presenting a very hopeful gesture. That hope was then proved much needed 30 years later. Maybe people had already sensed that their world would soon be in turmoil. The cup with human neurons was found 40 years ago in the North Atlantic Ocean near the Plastic Age's biggest metropolis, New York City. Archaeologists have been able to identify the cup's origin, the historical Lower East Side of New York. It was the first among many other cups found in the same area. Here at MPA, we have another one of these cups in our permanent collection. These two cups bear resemblance in many ways. They are of almost the same size. They both have special X-shape openings on their caps and mysterious printed pattern or graphic on the body. Yet the graphics printed are completely different. What does that mean? Historians have been debating over the past decades about what the cup was used for. Was it functional or decorative? Did it belong to a private household or a community? How was it made? What is the meaning behind the pattern? Is it really a representation of the human neurons? Or can it be a nostalgic reminder of what tree branches looked like, since the trees were starting to die out in the mid-plastic age? Last year, there was a breakthrough in MPA's very own Information Restoration Department.
We were able to, for the first time after the blackout, restore a few visuals from the Internet Archive. We didn't know what we were gonna get.
It was photos of people standing in lines in order to receive their very own plastic cup.
It must be something of spiritual importance to them. We can't say for sure, but we can make the assumption that this is a ritual that they go through every day, mostly in the morning, to wait in line for one of those cups. For people in the plastic age, it represents a kind of blessing possibly from different gods, as shown in the different graphics.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. I do not like the fugaziness. All my homies work a daily shift. I've been grinding with this music business, trying to make it big, I gotta pray for it. 2016, we saw some last summer. Disagree, you gon' get tossed in the dumpster. Sick of all of these bummers. 2K17, I'll be whipping the Hummer. Spit the truth until I die, I gotta keep it real, unapologetically. I love all my homies, we just like a family, real. That's our specialty. Don't even need to leave a legacy. Everybody gon' remember me. Everybody gon' remember me. Everybody gon' remember me. A day in paradise. I need that. $1 million to the whole thing.
It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come.
Woo! That's one of my all-time favorite songs.
The neighborhoods that you see with abandoned buildings, abandoned houses that are getting torn down, with all the broke down stuff, typically is where the black people at. Then you go to Shaker Heights, Cleveland Heights, any kind of heights, suburbs. That's all the nice, pretty houses with the manicured lawns, and you see white people there. And they look at you funny because it's like, even though Cleveland's my city.
A lot of houses that, like, when we first moved to our street, a lot of houses were still there. I think it was like one house that was getting torn down, but now it's so many fields on our street, and then like stuff that I wouldn't notice or pay attention to before, I can hear it now, like when they just fire the guns or when you see the cars passing by. It's just really weird and I don't like it. It's like still empty, like, and you can see the whole other street. So it's so much open space on our street. It's ridiculous.
I just feel like they're lying because the community that we live in is the Fairfax community, which is also the Cleveland Clinic community. So I just feel like they're just preparing to tear down all our houses and build some other kind of building.
I think it's gonna be something nice, man. I never care what they say though. Never.
And I feel like eventually it's gonna get to a point to where they just keep tearing stuff down, and it's like we're just gonna be the only ones standing.
I never care what they say. Cause I ain't never cared, no. I ain't never cared. And I ain't care what they say.
137 shots were fired by the Cleveland Division of Police right here in East Cleveland, and they killed Melissa Williams and Timothy Russell. So we have 137 reasons to be here today. You as young people also have 137 reasons to fight for political leverage and determination of your own destiny. There are many ways that you can be an activist. There are many ways that you can fight for your life to matter, which it does.
There you go. When a black person get killed by a cop, we all blame the cop. But when a black person, or any type of race, when somebody of that race do something bad, they blame, like, they say, oh, y'all just terrible. Y'all. We say the same thing. We say about the cop. Y'all just, cops are all bad now. That's not the case.
If life was a racetrack and it was a race right now, we'll probably be like 5 laps behind in the race because, like, we waited so long to start and everybody else already ran 5 laps and now we got 1 lap to catch up with them before they finish. So we're way behind in the race, and I feel that if we really want to be successful, we gotta try to break all the boundaries that's going to be set in front of us. They lanes could be cleared by the people who came before us, but our lane still got trash in it, so we still gotta get through it. We still gotta go over obstacles while they running a free lane. So, yeah, I'll say that we behind, but I would say that it's not impossible to catch up. I seen it done.
I'm the star in the hood trying to make a change. I say sorry to God if I buy one. I say sorry to God if I ride one. I ain't never had one. Back in that day, never had fun. It takes a minute to see the rainbow.
Like, the night that the Cavs won, that's the only night that I seen people ride down my street and wave at me and smile and yell and incite me. But when that parade happened, that was like, that's a sign that we can come together. That's one. But we need to come together other than basketball also.
I do not know if the feds looking at, but they trying to tell us that everything fine when a brother get shot on the 71. Something went down on the 79. Brother got shot on the 105. I seen a story like plenty of times.
Well, I wouldn't classify myself as an MC or a rapper, but a literary artist. I go by literary artist. And the fact that this is a male-dominated industry, I feel like the females need to put them in check a little bit.
And that's what you do? You put the boys in check?
You
put
just
JD in check?
Yeah, you just need a little bit of feminine touch in everything, you know? Everything just needs a little feminine touch.
No, you can't say that ain't cute.
As a literary artist, my message to the world is to not be afraid to be different. If you feel like you have something strongly in your heart that you need to talk about, tell it. Just get it out there. Don't be afraid to say what's on your mind.
I'm sick and tired of all of this miscommunication. We need a revelation, change a generation.
And I want to be able to have that impact on people, not just for the money, not for the fame, even though that would be nice, especially the money, but I feel like I want to really spread those good messages to people, spread those positive vibes, spread all of that good happiness.
What we really need is a queen. How about the amount of leaves that you maybe find on a tree? We need as many as possible. Learn to be unstoppable. Heroes like impossible. Win a game and walk a
We need a voice. We need voices, not just a voice. We don't need somebody, like, it's not a diss, but we don't need somebody who's not in our predicament or not where we living at, speaking on what we're going through. We need to speak on what we're going through. We need to be the outlet. We need to put what we're going through from our own perspective, from our own words. Not somebody looking in and seeing the news and then talking about it and how we can get it better. We know what we need to get better, because we in it.
I feel like in the world, you got limitations and boundaries, and you feel me, you gotta, appeal a certain way to get across to certain people, and you gotta take certain steps. But with art, you can just be completely you, completely free, do whatever you feel, whatever you want, and it's like it ain't no right or wrong with art.
Art is supposed to be chaotic. Art is supposed to be loud. Art is supposed to be disrespectful. Art is supposed to be rude. Art is supposed to be provocative. And like when you limit it, it just doesn't feel like art. It feels limited. Art shouldn't be limited. And that's why a lot of people talk about graffiti and how graffiti is bad. Well, art is supposed to have that. It's supposed to have that rebellious type of vibe to it.
I have fun when I'm creating. I love creating because I love creating and sharing it. You feel me? Because that's the type of energy I want to be around me. I want to be around people that create.
We got young Layla right here.
Lele
right here.
Thank you.
You feel me? I got you all the way together. I'm about to go ahead and real live swag out on something real crazy. Hold up.
I want to be famous. I want to go to like New York, Hollywood, California, and like be in movies.
To get to express myself in my arts was taking pictures and performing.
Man, I want to live a simple life. I want to create. I want to do shows. I want to work with dope people. You feel me? I want to go to dope places, see dope things, and I want to experience luxury. I want to create for tomorrow.
Well, hold on, and I want to get one. I'm gonna have the jacket like halfway on.
Yeah, that's nice.
This right here.
And to light up these stages like human dashboards. And spit the real and still be who they ask for. And have the craziest turns like a crash course. Tell me, who do you think I rap for? I work too hard just to be in that boy. I'm 17 and more than one of the most greatest things. Maybe the best I'm just another kid that came from a poverty neighborhood, urban neighborhood, that's just trying to chase a dream. I don't want to have a desk job. I want to be the person that brings people together at the same time. I never wanted the leader position. I never wanted the spotlight. I wanted us to have the spotlight. Anybody who around me, I want us to have the spotlight. And not kind of be a rebel, but it's just natural.
I ain't never care. I never care when they say. Cause I ain't never care, no. I ain't never care. I never care what they say.
And I really see each and every one of you as potential leaders of a new movement here in Cleveland, of young people who are determining their own destiny, who are not asking to be heard, who are using their own stages and their own cameras and their own music and their own paintings to demand a place. We're no longer asking.
Like, trying to solve these same problems with the same solutions and nothing changed for too long. Like, if you're gonna be giving your opinion, you need to get out and do something and make something happen instead of just talking about it. Because the people that's out there doing something, you feel what I'm saying? You could talk all you want to, you feel me? But the people that's really out in the field, you feel me? And really getting their hands dirty, all that talking not doing nothing for them.
There's always a spark that starts a movement, whether it be Emmett Till, whether it be Martin Luther King,
whether it be Rosa Parks, whether it be anybody, there's always that one spark that starts a whole movement. Nobody should have to die just for other people to be recognized. People should do that on their own. Everybody has a purpose in life, and everybody should recognize and realize that. We kind of look at the world from a different perspective. We try to figure out how we can help change, reform our community, and we all come together and we kind of talk about the changes that need to be made in the community and how we can actually make those changes rather than just sitting there talking about what changes need to be made.
That was about Blink though.
I hope you did.
Well, not thinking, but they've been saying that I was a great achievement for everything. I've been doing things that you usually wouldn't see other guys do. People have been saying they're proud of me because of the different events that I've been doing and the different things I've been doing to change my life and other people's lives around me. I've been an inspiration to young ones, and I feel that as an African American artist, I gotta keep that spirit flowing, that African American males can do something besides going out here trying to be in the streets, trying to join gangs, or trying to even be famous for something they not. Because one thing that I always learned was never to pretend to be anybody, and I can't pretend to be anybody I'm not.
Oh, we can go in there.
So there's always going to be oppression in this world. But if they apply that, or at least try, we could at least make the world somewhat of a better place. But we're not going to exactly get to the point where the world is perfect. Nothing's perfect. But we can at least try to make it perfect.
I blinked. I blinked.
Through all the bad and all the rubble, there's still something good growing.
Keep going, keep going. Through all the pain and the hate, I keep going. They will never shine like this. They can never grind like this. So I keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. All I gotta do is put my mind to it. All I gotta do is keep going, keep going. Hey, I'ma keep going, keep going, keep going. You gotta keep going, keep going, keep going. Hey, I'ma keep going, keep going, keep going. Hey, you gotta keep going. Watch how your new flex, tell me that I'm up next. Keep going, I'ma go get my best. Low speed, he the best. Keep going, keep going. Hey, I'ma keep going, keep going, keep going. Hey, man, you gotta keep going. They say I'm losing, but I'm improving. Telling me I'm living fast, I think that I'm cruising. Stop it, no, we cannot stop it. We the trending topic. TTE, I made a family, but baby, that is logic. Throwing up them L's or I'm handling them out. The trillers that ever did it, but yeah, I'm not from the south. But let me keep on going, spinning fast while they just running they mouth. How could you tell me I'm not the one? Keep going, I never choose out. Keep going, keep going. Through all the pain and the hate, I keep going. They will never shine like this. They can never grind like this, so I keep going.
Germaner, Almanci. The name we give to Turks that migrated to Germany but still keep close ties to Turkey, their relatives, and traditions. They visit regularly with thousands of luggage, carrying goods to and from each country. Things that are seemingly hard to find at each place, like a teapot and a carved silver fiscos table or multi-purpose food processor. Every summer, they come back for vacation to soak in the strong Mediterranean sun that's non-existent in the Western land, to dance at loud nightclubs that drown them in foam, and to show off to their relatives how much they improved physically, mentally, intellectually, and monetarily. They visit for every festival and family event, of which there are many. Kurban, Ramazan, sünnet, kına, kız isteme, söz, nişan, adak, cenaze. No matter which bayram they visit for, they immediately become the center of attention. Everyone wants to know the Almanci. They want to know about their mysterious life in the West. In return, they want to improve those lives by teaching them Turkishness. There are two looks to Almanci. One wears headscarves or takke and lab coats. The other Almanci wear white, sparkling accessories, wife-beater style tops, golden necklaces, and exaggerated outfits. They dye their hair or get outdated 80s haircuts. They drive their Mercedes cars to come to Turkey and drive around in their DE license plates. If flight is the chosen form of transportation, they clap the moment the plane lands. Parents scold their kids in German, praise each other in Turkish. Overall, wherever they visit, they like to make it known that they come from Germany, but still are proudly Turkish. Or that's what I thought until I met our next-door neighbor's son and his family, the first Almanci I met in person. The occasion was the making of head eye of the older daughter of our neighbor, also known as söz, the promise. That's why the Germaner were visiting our small conservative seaside town of Karamürsel. They arrived on a sizzling day. I saw them on the street outside the apartment through our chicken mirror. They were nothing like I had imagined, nothing like us. These Almanci were a hybrid creature, part human, part stuff, piles of stuff. They had legs, but instead of a head, they had a mountain of colorful belongings, clothes, pots, bags, racks, sacks. They walked into the apartment in a row. Inside, the neighbor Gülten was getting ready for her daughter's ceremony frantically. Kız isteme required thorough preparation on both sides, but had to seem effortless at the same time. The ikram was prepared. The wanted girl was getting dressed. She was tesettürlü, so all she had was a modest long dress and a head cover with a beautiful pattern, covering up her frizzy hair, supposedly attractive, replacing it with gorgeous pattern, supposedly unattractive, fending off the gazes of men. The man's side arrived with a large bouquet of flowers and a box of chocolate wrapped in festive paper. The girl's side greeted them at the door, minus the girl they came to ask for. She had to stay back, not only to cook the coffee, but also to not seem too eager. The Almanci were sitting inside waiting. Since their father was dead, it was the oldest Almanci son's job to head the family in this negotiation. Once everyone sat down at their strategic corners, the girl arrived. She doused them with cologne and candy. Then they moved to stuffing their faces with the mama Gülten had made the whole day. Börek, kısır, baklava, pide, dolma, sarma ve tabii ki de çay. Once everyone was full, they started to chit-chat and wait for the coffee act. Hatice handed all the normal coffees to the bigs of the house and saved the special one for the broom. It's a trick tradition. The broom is supposed to take a sip and show no reaction of disgust upon finishing his coffee, doused with salt instead of sugar. This obviously shows his strength and ability to overcome any hardship. Once he proved his manhood over dark, salty coffee, they moved on to the main topic of the gathering. The father of the broom started, Allah'ın emri peygamberin kavliyle, and concluded that they wanted their daughter for their son. The girl turned mute. The family bigs got up and made a circle around her. They started to dance halay, like they were in a wedding already. Waving their handkerchiefs in air, hand in hand, they circled around the girl. Blocking all exits, they tightened the circle, got closer and closer, and pushed the broom to the middle next to the girl. The girl turned color. The guy got closer. He lifted his right hand in the air and pulled up her right hand to face his. The Almanci, the blob of stuff, stepped forward from the circle, took out 2 rings attached with a red ribbon. He put each ring on each finger of their lifted limp hands floating in air, waiting for their promise that had just been determined for them.
In 2017, an East Coast artist took a road trip on America's loneliest highway.
What he found in Nevada inspired him to create something that reminds people of what makes this country so special. Out on Highway 50, dotted along the side of the road, drivers on America's loneliest highway can catch a glimpse of something that may make the road seem, well, a little less lonely.
So I passed through here last year and I saw that people would stop and write things in rocks on the side of the road. And I thought that was really interesting, that people would leave their marks and write their names or their initials or things like that to remember the area.
For East Coast artist Michael Iacovone, it was a tradition unlike anything he'd seen, but it immediately drew him in. He stopped to write his son's name, then continued on his trip, but the practice stuck with him.
And you could read what people had left as you drove by. And I thought about it a lot, and I thought that maybe something more interesting could be put here.
Something more interesting that represents not only Lincoln's highway and the space around it, but the country the road connects.
I find it really interesting that so much of Nevada is open public space. It's not anybody's land, it's not fenced off, it's just there. So it seemed just ready for something.
That something, he decided, was 291 letters long.
I wrote the preamble to the Constitution in rocks.
For 5 days, Iacovone worked in the hot Nevada sun, moving hundreds of rocks.
And it's a lot of labor and a lot of pain, and it's hot and all that, but it still seemed like the right thing to do.
The right thing, he says, to remind people who pass by what is really important.
I find it really distressing how divided our country has become and how people have these real kind of black and white issues where you can't see the other side. And I find that everyone believes in the Constitution, and that's what this is all founded on. And maybe if people just thought more about that, then wouldn't have to be so opposed to each other.
Seeing the messages takes perspective, and perspective is something Iacovone is hoping to share with everyone who passes by.
Maybe that's a reminder about what the country was founded on. Maybe it's a reminder to think about things in a little different way, or maybe it's just a reminder to be proud of being here and be in their spaces. But that's up to them and not me. I'd be happy if anybody got any reactions out of it.
He says he hopes the message serves as a reminder that we are still the United States.
This country's not for me, it's for all of us. So I think we can maybe put differences aside.
Now, Iacovone says he's intrigued by the idea of leaving his mark on something, but at the same time not doing anything permanent to the landscape. You can check it out at the Borax Playa Vista Park, about 20 miles outside of Fallon. Again, it took him 5 days to do this in the sun. I was out there for 45 minutes working on this story. I was sweating and about done to ready to find some shade, and just absolutely incredible.
A lot of hard work, and I like what he kept saying is, in this divided country, one thing we can all agree on is the Constitution.
Yeah.
And we're all, bottom line, we're all Americans. We all have the same goals in life. And
it should last for some time, too. They have rock art and words out there that have been back to 2004.
Wow.
So it should last for some time, hopefully.
Right on. That's cool.